Hey guys, so I just got a phone call from one of my framers about a charcoal piece of mine that I'm having framed. The one of a woman doing the dishes, and it's a close of the hands holding the dish, and it's about 6 feet tall by 4 feet wide. Unfortunately, something happened. Something got smeared. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know how bad it's going to be. And this isn't the first time it's happened with a different company, a different one, but the last time it happened, it was one of my most famous pieces, and it's a girl's back, and she's slightly tilted, and it was smeared from the top right shoulder to the bottom left hip, just gigantic smear. And it was when I was taking it in to have it professionally photographed, so I could have prints of it for my portfolio. When that happened, it was the first time I experienced something like that. I literally cried. I'm pretty sure I cried that day. I went home. First, I was kind of in shock, and the more I thought about it, the more I got upset. I thought about how I'd had that piece for so long, and it meant so much to me. I actually no longer owned it, had borrowed it to take the photo to be able to make it a print for someone else who wanted the same piece. I thought, I have to fix this, and I don't know if it's fixable. And I mean, it was really bad. In the long run, it was fixable, but I didn't even want to have them put it back in the frame. I was so worried that it would happen again. So I went with another framer. I don't think it's the framer himself that did it. I think it's someone that was helping, and it may be very small this time. But the reason that I'm talking about this is not to throw anyone under the bus. It's because stuff like this happens, especially charcoal drawings. They are so fragile. They're on paper that can tear, that can bend, that can crease and smear. It's just the name of the game when you're working with something that fragile. And unfortunately, I love drawing huge drawings, but I have learned that taking the photo, it thankfully did take a good photo of this before it was getting framed. So no matter what, at least I have that and I can make a print. And last time they had already taken the photo before it got smeared, so I was able to make a print and I was able to fix it and get it back to the owner and everything. But I'm realizing there's human error. There's things that happen, mistakes happen, and you have to just know that's a chance you're taking. When you give your art, your baby, to someone else, it may not make it through it, or maybe you'll have a house fire, got damaged while moving. That happens a lot, especially with frames. So stuff happens, and you have to have patience, you have to have understanding, and just breathe. And just know that the person probably did not mean for anything to happen to your art, and it was probably just as hard for them to call you and tell you that something happened as it is to hear it. But these pieces I'm spending 20 or 40 hours creating, they're huge, and then it's going to cost several $100s to frame it. That if something does happen, it really does matter. It's not a 1 foot by 1 foot piece. It just is totally different ball game when you're working this big. So take professional photos of your art before you frame it, before you even hand it off to anyone else. Get as good a camera, even if it's your iPhone or whatever. Take a photo of your art before you hand it to anyone else. Otherwise, you have nothing left if something does happen. That's all I can say. You'll feel much better, much more relieved. God forbid something does happen to your art. So we'll see how bad it is. I just said, all right, do I need an eraser? Do I need charcoal? What do I need to bring to come and fix this? I'll go and check the damage and see what it is tomorrow and see what I can do to fix it before it's finally put in its frame. And that's all you can do, is just try to fix the problem, patience, and just know this is how life goes. And maybe something good will come out of it. I'm not sure what, but a lot of times good stuff comes from bad stuff, so here's hoping. And that's all I gotta say about that. Thank you for listening.